Greetings everyone. I am Priyanshi Srivastava from Gajera International School, Katargam, and here we are going to discuss the topic of properties of magnet of 6th grade science. So, in this video, we are going to see the properties of magnet, what are magnets, and all of those beautiful things. So, before we start with the properties of magnet, let us quickly go through what is a magnet. So, a magnet is a rock or a piece of metal that can pull certain types of metal towards itself. That means a magnet is a kind of rock or a piece of solid substance which will pull certain metal materials towards itself. Now this magnet that we have, it can be natural like magnetite which we can find lying on the ground, or artificially made which can be made in the factories or laboratories. Now these artificial magnets that we have over here, you can see the certain images. These artificial magnets comes in all the different shapes and all the different sizes. That is why we can use them in all the different places around us. Now let us continue onwards with our topic, that is the properties of those magnets. Our magnets have four main properties with us: the attractive property, the repulsive property, directive property, and the poles of the magnet. First one we are going to look into is the attractive property. So, attractive property of the magnet is that a magnet will attract a ferromagnetic material like iron, cobalt, and nickel. That means if we have a piece of magnet and near that magnet we will bring a magnetic substance like coin, for example. If we will make a magnetic substance near the magnet, then our magnet is going to pull that substance towards itself, and this property is known as the attractive property. This property can be seen by a magnet around the ferromagnetic materials which are affected by the magnetic field. Second property now. Second property of the magnet is the repulsive property. Repulsive property of the magnet can only be observed if we have two magnets with us. Single magnet around a magnetic substance won't show us this property. But if we have two different magnets, then depending on the poles of the magnet, we can observe this property. If I have two like poles means two similar poles. For example, North Pole and North Pole. If I bring two like poles, north and north, towards each other, then what is going to happen? They are going to push each other away from themselves. They are going to push the other magnet away from them. And this property is known as the repulsive property. Attraction and repulsion both are associated with two magnets, but a single magnet and a magnetic substance will show you attractive property. Repulsive property can only be seen if we have two different magnets with like poles, like north or south and south facing each other. Next one now. Next, our third one is the directive property. Now this directive property of the magnet is seen when we freely suspend a magnet. By the word freely suspend means we attach a magnet through a material like rope or coil and we let it rotate freely. We are allowing the magnet full freedom so it can go in any direction. This type of magnetic is known as a freely suspended magnet. If we do this thing on earth, then what we are going to observe? We are going to observe that the north pole of the magnet is going to start pointing towards the north pole of our earth, and the south pole of the magnet will start facing the south pole of our earth. This property is known as the directive property. This directive property gave the magnet a very special name. We call it as a lodestone. Lodestone is the name given to magnet because of this property. People in the early ages, they started using this magnet for finding directions, and they gave the name lodestone, that means the leading stone to the magnet. This property is also used by us right now in our compasses. You might have this application in your phone or a solid compass with you. This directive property is seen over there also. Next one is our property number 4. This is the most special property of the magnet. This property of magnet tells us that our magnet always and always will have two poles. Which two poles? It is north and south pole. All the magnets in the world, no matter the size, the strength, they always will have north and south, both the pole together. and this property is known as the poles of the magnet. Now, other than having north and south pole, our magnet also have strength, different places, different amount of strength. And for this, let us take an example of a magnet. Let us say that here I have a really strong bar magnet. Then in this bar magnet, what is going to happen? In the bar magnet, the places where the poles are present, the edges of the magnet के दो sides. On these edges of the magnet, the strength of the magnet is going to be maximum. Maximum means the strongest. On the poles, the strength of the magnet is going to be maximum. Very strong magnetic force will be experienced over there. But in the middle of the magnet, this region, in the middle of the magnetic force is going to be minimum. This property is also associated with the poles of the magnet. At the poles, the strength is maximum. In the middle region, the strength is minimum. Another property which we have already experienced in the repulsion and attraction is that the like poles of the magnet are going to repel, and the unlike poles of the magnet, they are going to attract. This property we have already seen. If I bring a north pole and north pole together, what are we going to experience over there? Attraction or repulsion? We are going to experience repulsion over there because north and north are like poles. But if I bring a north pole and south pole together, then we are going to experience the attraction. These are the different properties of our magnet. Let us go through them quickly once again. First property, attractive property. Magnets are going to attract magnetic substances. Repulsive property. Magnet is going to push away or repel like pole if it brought near it. Third property, directive property. A magnet is going to align itself with our Earth's north and south direction. And the poles of magnet. Our magnetic force of the magnets is strongest at the pole and weakest in the middle. Now, thank you for joining us for this video. We hope you join again for next time. Take care of yourself. We'll see you later. Bye.